It's astrosungazer here today. It's time for the 20th through the 30th reading for all signs. Once again, I'm using this deck that I don't know the name of, so if anybody has any idea of who this deck was made by, I appreciate it, knowing who it is. It is a little windy out here. I lost the bottom to my camera that attaches to my tripod, and while I was out hiking the other day, so I came out here today and I just knew that I would find it, and sure enough I did. So I'm very excited, but instead of wasting this beautiful blue sky afternoon out here and not getting to the readings until it got a little darker, I thought, well, I will go ahead and do my reading out here for you guys. So I hope you enjoy the blue skies. Everybody's preparing for winter. I have already cleared and shuffled the cards. Been doing quite a few readings this last week or so, and a lot of the energy that seems to be coming up is this family healing dynamic, and there's a lot of secrets and lies in some of the older generations lineage, and it's playing through right now to be healed. So it's coming up not to be painful and disturbing, but so that it can be acknowledged and released and healed from, and so that it doesn't carry on in our DNA pattern. So thought I would mention that to you. I do some chakra balancing and some energy clearings and some different types of things like that. Actually, quite a few different things. I'll put a list on the bottom of the video. Anyway, today's going to be every 5 cards. And it's only going to be 1 card per reading. And the reason why is because the energy is very concentrated. We've got Mars and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn right now, which can be rather dark and rather it's part of that healing thing too, but it's going to destroy things that no longer serve your soul's purpose. So if we have things that are being destroyed, it can seem a little alarming, but the more you can go with the flow of that and know that it's for your soul's higher purpose, the easier the energy can be on you. So I'm just going to do 1 concentrated view for this month. We've got the Novembers that are coming up, and I'm probably going to do individuals for that. So I'll give you a little more then. But for this next 10 days, I think the energy is very concentrated, and we need to be looking at these areas that need to be healed. And of course, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'd love to answer some of your questions. Anyway, on to the reading. You can also reach me on my email, which is astrosungazer@gmail.com. Anyway, the first card that we have for Aries is Compassion, and it's the 3 of Wands. And it's basically speaking of opening up your hands and being of service, realizing that we all want compassion and we all need compassion, and we all just want to be acknowledged. We all want to be understood and known. And sometimes when we're struggling with things like with this Mars and Pluto, it's going to affect everybody on planet Earth. And we're setting the stage for the next 4 years. So how can you be more compassionate in your battles? If you're going to battle, if you're going to fight, what are you going to fight for? For the sake of fighting, or because we need to have compassion maybe for human beings, and we need the Aries people to take the lead and show us the way to get rid of these forces on Earth that are not only dividing us as human beings, but keeping us from the truth. So how can we be compassionate with great passion and vigor and the strength of the universe behind us? How can we turn ourselves into the most magical creatures that we've ever seen? And I'm not surprised that this card is for Aries. It's funny, I couple weeks ago, you had the top of the month, you had the big anger. And I'm reminded of the statement, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. So maybe now you're free. It's interesting. Once again, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, and number 2 is Taurus, and their card is commencement, the 4 of Wands. Let's get ready to rumble, I hear. Let's get ready to go. You have journeys that you want to go on, things that you want to see, places you want to go, things you want to do, and you want to do them quickly. You don't want to mess around anymore, taking your time. You've taken enough time, and you've cultivated enough, and you've done enough, and held enough, been blessed enough, I suppose is the right phrase for that. You feel like the wind is beneath your wings, and you're ready to fly. So for the next 10 days, you probably are going to enjoy a little bit of partying, getting out. You might want to stay away from big crowds and do more of the intimate thing. But I see you going and enjoying and spending your money and realizing a bright new day is ahead of you. You've accomplished enough to see your dreams come true. Sorry about the motorcycle. I'm way out in the woods too, but you can still hear it. But you have some new growth that's come out of this last 20-day cycle, and Libra. I think Jupiter going into Libra has been good for you. I think you're automatically aligned with Venus, which is an air sign. So I think that Tauruses tend to behave in that Venusian way, I suppose is how you would say it. And you like the lighter things of life. So Jupiter in Libra is probably very, very harmonious for you right now, and you seem to be coming into your own. So keep going. That's great. And for my Gemini friends, we've got narrowness, the 9 of crystals. This looks like you're going to have to walk a fine line right now. You're going to have to really navigate as to what's important to you, what you're trying to achieve, what your intentions are. It's a good thing to think of what your intentions are. Gemini people don't tend to think like that. They just, their agenda is the truth. But there's a way to go get it that gives it a little more impact when the truth is told. But it's a very fine line. So you might want to be a little careful this next 10 days with your, I want to say language, but I mean tongue. You might want to keep the tongue tightly wrapped. And you might want to stick to your own business and not interfere in anybody else's business. You have your own garden to attend to. And it's vital that you stay focused on what it is that you're trying to intentionally see. And if you can stay focused on that, you have many rewards ahead of you. The mountain is high to climb for the truth, but you are the seeker for truth. I think it's one of the reasons why Gemini and Virgo are share Mercury is because and are so aligned in personality, because they're trying to uncover the truth so that they can return back to spirit with the truth being known. So it's okay to know the truth, but don't get into anybody else's truth. I would say stick to your own path and really avoid the gossip, avoid the nitpicking into other people's worlds, because that's not going to serve you right now. It'll actually cause you to stumble a little bit because you won't be focused on you. So you'll let go of things that are positive for you and moving forward, and you'll slip a little bit on those intentions. So just get clear. Maybe that's a good thing to do, is to write 9 different things that you have in your life to focus on a piece of paper, and then remind yourself of those daily for the next 10 days so that you don't get distracted. It's very easy. The things of this world are crazy right now, so paying attention to somebody else's stuff doesn't help your work improve or accomplish anything. So stay stuck to your goals and stick close to your intentions, and let me know if you do that. 9, if you write down the 9 things that you need to stay focused on for your personal growth and happiness and soul's evolution. If you can do that and tell me about it, I would love to hear about that. So good deal, Gemini. Nothing wrong with sticking close to yourself, you know? Sometimes we all have to do that. Or sometimes we should do that. Then the next sign we have Cancer. And the sign for Cancer is Synthesis, the 8 of Crystals. So this is blending the material world and the natural world, it looks like to me, and getting things in harmony, really getting balanced and determined. And there again, very much like Gemini, setting intentions and having goals and purpose and using everything available to you to manifest these blessings. You've got, big blessings coming, Cancer. Your home is very important to you, and making it more beautiful, and maybe spending time with family. It is coming up on the Halloween holiday, so maybe you're planning on having some fun, and for you, that is the beauty of life, when you get to spend time with your family and enjoy the children around, and maybe even giving goodies. That would definitely be a Cancerian trait, handing out goodies to the neighborhood kids and enjoying all the costumes and all the decorations and the fall harvest. All the leaves are turning now, and it's going into another fall season for us, and this is probably a time that you typically enjoy, the end of summer kind of thing, where you've had a full summer and you're ready for some cooler weather, and crunch some dollars, get your pennies in a row for Christmas time, and start planning about what you're going to bake, who you're going to see, what journeys you're going to go on, what nature's going to unfold. These material things that we hold dear, we only hold dear to them typically because they mean success, and they mean fulfillment, and they mean happiness, and they mean security. So getting your things in a row right now. You're probably already planning for the new year, actually. So I see a lot of plans. I see a lot of growth. I see a lot of plans. I see a lot of movement. I see I think it's the fall. The fall weather is really coming upon you. That is in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, if you're watching from the southern hemisphere, it would be going into the springtime when you're really planning to rev up and get your energy going, and same thing would apply, but different trajectory. One's winding up and one's winding down. But nonetheless, it's getting your things together and making sure that they're cohesive with where you're planning on going. So make your dreams come true, Cancer. I know you can do it. If anybody can do it, you can do it. So I'm happy to see that for you. Okay, and the next sign is Leo, and we have the Stagnation Cup. Stagnation card, and it's the 8 of Cups. And when I look at this stagnation card, I know that everybody likes things moving, but and the word stagnation, I guess, isn't so positive, something that has no movement know, isn't growing anything. But I don't really feel that way for you. I feel more like you're in a holding pattern. You've got to figure out a few things. There's several different paths ahead of you. And yes, you can focus on the ruins of what no longer serves you. Maybe you're getting that Pluto-Mars conjunction in Capricorn really hard this next 10 days. That's okay. You know, if you just, no matter what, stay positive. Because if things are in wreckage, let them be, you know. Bring out your sunny side. Actually, this card has a lot of sun in it. So, absolutely. Bring out your sunny side, Leo. And say hi to the airplane. But yeah, bring out your sunny side and walk past the wreckage, you know? Realize that you need a moment to assess where you're at and what you're doing and where you're going, but you have beautiful paths that are lit up, ready for you to embark on. So you're not going to stay stagnant. You just probably need this next 10 days of a holding pattern just to get some adjustments to the energy that we're all experiencing. You know, I wouldn't doubt that you're very sensitive. You're ruled by the sun. And I don't know if you're NASA buffs like I am, but there's been some severe solar flare. So the sun is trying to give us information or enlighten us or bring us somewhere new. Take us home to God, really. So if you're just sitting in a holding pattern for the next 10 days, until we can get that energy into Scorpio, get the sun into Scorpio, I think that's probably in the next few days, it might start breaking. So even though I'm pulling up the stagnation card for you, this stagnation might have been underlying things for quite a while in your life. I would say at least 3 months. It's just like movement is not happening. And that's okay. You learn a lot sometimes when you sit still. So take what is growing and moving, take that with you, and let go of the things that aren't. I think that would be the message, because you've got bright horizons ahead of you. So, that's great, Leo. Just keep moving. Keep it going. And the next card that we have for Virgo is Setback, 5 of Worlds. So there's probably some world event that's affecting the Virgos the next 10 days. Things aren't quite the way you like them in the world, Virgo. I tend to think that the planetary things that are going on and the powers that be, it's probably all a very big, deep concern for you. But it is scorching off the falseness. It is revealing the growth that we need to make. It is illuminating things on a universal playing field for us. So if we are experiencing any minor setbacks, and it is a minor setback, although it can seem rather daunting of a setback, it can maybe even be painful. Probably some of that Pluto energy, you know, it's a fellow Earth sign, Capricorn, that's feeling it. So maybe the setbacks on this Earth are eventually going to lead to great growth, though. So don't get into any arguments or fights or anything with anybody. Don't resist the change. Don't resist knowing all the truth. Don't stick your head in the dirt and be an ostrich, Virgo. I'm a Virgo too, and I tend to do that. My mommy taught me that, but she's a Libra. So, my mom taught me to ignore all the uglies in the world, and I learned to do that very well. But sometimes it's not time for that. That we don't get to experience the rainbows of life if we've always got our heads stuck in the dirt. So, you know, take a look around at what's going on, but realize that there are promises from the universe that we're trying to heal. That's really will achieve your goal in the end, and things will be cleansed and ready for you to embark on a new world. So don't take the setbacks so to heart. Just roll with the punches. It's just the next 10 days. It's going to be fleeting energy anyway. Everything is in such flux that nothing is going to remain the same for very long. So the next card is the Achiever, the Man of Worlds, and this is for Libra. Wow, Libra, I like this. You win. You're number one. Your ace is your gold. You've got Jupiter sitting by your side. You've got money flowing in. You've got trips. You've got a lot of friends. People respect you. You're part of nature. You're moving into other worlds. You're expressing that Jupiter right now hard. Jupiter's even in this card, and so is a footprint of man on the moon. So you're blazing new frontiers, Libra, and I'm happy to see that for you. There's places that you want to go. There's luxuries that you still want to achieve. You admire space, and the like the final frontier is what comes to mind. Like yeah, you want to have it all, experience it all, see it all, do it all, and you want the chip for it too. You want the cookie at the end of the day. You want to make sure that you get yours, and you go places and do things, and expand your horizons. You're really ready for takeoff. You it's funny, but it says the Man of Worlds, but of course we know Libra is the sign that's a very feminine energy, considered the female goddess, I suppose. But you're embarking on this new world with this almost like the gold medal. You have the gold medal. That's what I wanted to say. You have the gold medal within you, and you are embarking. You are moving out. You are taking this and putting it with that, and taking these people and putting it with those people, and taking this idea and putting it into action. And maybe even some creativity is going on. Like you've achieved something. You've done something that is important. And over the next 10 days, you're going to actually see some results from that, I think. I think you're going to book a trip, or you're going to buy a new car, or you're going to create a new piece of art, or you're going to collaborate with some new people that have brilliant ideas and like your ideas. You could go someplace you've never been before, and you could be around people you've never been around before. But you're the leader in the bunch. You're the hoo-ha. So that's great, Libra. Good for you. And the next card we have is for Scorpio, and it is the Breakthrough, Seven of Worlds. Wow, Scorpio, this is amazing. This card's got about 12 suns in it and a giant galloping horse that's taken off. And I'm happy to see that. You just pushed through some heavy-duty, hard, dark energy. You burned through it, though. You weren't taking no for an answer this time. You weren't allowing anything to hold you back. You weren't putting up with nonsense. You knew exactly what you were doing and why you were doing it. And you went for it. That's amazing. You get a little fire put under you. I think maybe somewhere somebody said something. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to fix this camera real quick. There we go. Somebody from your past. Somebody from your past lit a volcano. But I think it was for the positive. I don't think it was for the negative. It's funny, this horse is a white horse, but it's got black markings all over it. So it's really, the prince has gone through the fire and is now the king. You know, you could, and vice versa goes for the Queen as well. She's been dragged through the mud, but she's still the Queen. And it's funny because I noticed in this card how many suns there are, how much fire there is. Everything has been burned off of you. You are the champion. You are the one that showed us how to burn off the dark stuff and how to acknowledge ourselves completely and wholly, and not to deny ourselves, and to go after things fiercely and with severe passion. That is a Scorpio, and you've taught us very well. And now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to experience the bliss and the burning off of what no longer serves you. Because you've come through, you have the breakthrough. You've met yourself in the mirror, and you are complete now. You've completely met yourself in the mirror. You completely, you're whole. You're whole. You've had some kind of illusion or something, some maybe a lie, maybe many lies. You came through. You're the champion. You're holding the sword. Oh, that's right. I remember now. You had all those choices ahead of you, and you weren't probably sure what to do. Whatever it is, you made a choice. It's done. The choice has been made, and over the next 10 days, you're going to show it. And let me count how many ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 different ways. So this is the 7 of Worlds, but in 11 different ways, the world's going to open up to you. So wow, that's amazing. Get ready. I think you've done what you needed to do. You figured out what you were searching for, and it's good because we need the Scorpios good and strong. Okay, and on to Sagittarius, and their card is Success, the Ace of Worlds. Well, 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 Sagittarius. You guys are great. And where in the world are you going? Because the world is your oyster. The whole universe is your oyster. There's really not even much to say about this because so many people are having these fantastic breakthroughs. I don't know if you noticed this reading so far. If you watch all of them, a lot of people are having really big breakthroughs. And even the ones that aren't having breakthroughs are right on the cutting edge of a breakthrough. They're on this cutting edge of mastering themselves. And Sagittarius, you're the great professors of the zodiac. You're the wounded healer. You have all the battle scars to tell about, and you have all of the wounds that have been healed to tell about. So the world is yours. It's that Saturn in Sagittarius right now. It's really boosting up the Sagittariuses. It's rewarding you for all of your hard work, and you beat the odds somehow. You're having success with something that you didn't maybe even expect to have. You didn't expect things to go that easy or that well or that good or in such harmony, or maybe something to do with work. Maybe you got that promotion, or you got the new job, or you're moving for a job, for a better life. But your family and your health and your wealth and all of these things are coming together for you. And in the next 10 days, you're going to see some revelation of huge success. If you haven't seen it already and don't know what I'm talking about, it's coming. And so's the train. So I'm going to cut out for just a second, let it go by. Okay, we're back on. Going for Capricorn now. I'm Capricorn. I pulled the Hangman. And actually, I gotta say, I'm not really surprised with the energy that I spoke of with Mars and Pluto. I'm not really surprised that the Capricorns are in a holding pattern. They're trying to see things from a different view. They're trying to see if there's something they could do a different way that would make the outcome a little bit better. There is a lot of burning off of things, and Capricorn suns are probably getting hit pretty hard right now. There's just some heaviness. I wouldn't say darkness or destruction, but there could be things falling away, things falling apart, things breaking off, breaking away, hard things being revealed. But you know, you're understanding yourself more. You're understanding how people do things a little bit better, and this will serve you. Because ultimately, remember, Pluto is taking us to our soul. And Mars is there to assist, to make sure we don't get away with anything and not go where we're going. So we are going, which is good. Because the Capricorns are going to be the ones that need to build things. And we can't do it with stuff that doesn't work anymore. So let's just get rid of the things that don't work anymore. And let's go in a new direction with new technology, with new understanding, with new love, new hope, new wishes, new dreams, new ideas. But in the meantime, we need to sit back and watch and let the dust settle before we go out there and start, you know, whipping together a new structure. All the pieces are not in place yet. So I'm sorry, Capricorns, but over the next 10 days, it is sit back, hold on, be quiet, try to turn everything that you naturally do think upside down and look at it again. You might be surprised. So I'm just going to give a funny example. But if you hate your boss, try going into work and thinking, I love my boss. And I know that sounds really crazy, but sometimes looking at things in a different way helps us create a different dynamic. And I think that that's what the Capricorns are going through right now, is this revision of the way you think, and healing some of the old things. So being in the Hangman isn't such a bad deal. And if you can embrace that somehow, it will reveal your highest good. And it'll reveal itself to be for your highest good, I should say. And the next card is for Aquarius. And I love this card. It's the Seeker. It's the Child of Wands. What are you going to get into, Aquarius? You guys are the Adventurers Club. You want to be out in nature. You're looking for something. Trying to find something that belongs to you. You know, have you ever heard that story about the wolf? It's which one you feed. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like, do you feed the old ways or the new ways? You're kind of, you're looking for something new. You're looking for the truth. You're looking to feed your belly and feed your soul and nourish yourself. And you're looking to connect to your higher power, but use all of your senses to do it. You're being very keen right now. You're paying astute attention to everything that's going on. You're deciphering it because you want to be able to know how to be of service, right? That's what the Aquariuses do so well. They're of service. So if they want to be of service, they need to figure out what their talents are, what their gifts are, what their skills are, and they need to pay very closely attention to the way that they think, act, and what they do, and how they do it towards other people, and vice versa. They need to be very astute to the ways of the world and the way that other natural creatures perceive the world. So they're really embodying themselves. They're a temple. You know, you Aquarius people right now are a temple within yourself. You might spend a lot of time alone, but there's others in your life that are close with you. They've got your back. You've got a nice Whether it's your family or your family of friends, it doesn't really matter. You have a nice support system. You have a loving support system. And you have angels watching over you. You have I said angels, but it's more of your family members, like your ancestors. Maybe some of you have lost a father or a very dear uncle or even a teacher of some kind or a mentor, I mean, you know, that's passed on, and whoever that person is really watching over you and guiding you. And your intuition is really high, and you're keen. You've got big ears on. You're not missing anything. You're paying very close attention and deciphering every little bit of information that you're getting. I'd like to say too, beware of sneaky people. Beware of sneaky people. Beware of somebody trying to move you in a direction that you don't feel comfortable with. Stay comfortable, because you're soft and sweet. So stay true to you. Stay gentle. Don't be let off of that. Oh, your opposite, by the way, is Leo. So if a Leo tries to pick a fight with you, don't go for it. They're just frustrated. Give them a hug, and that will do more for all of us and the whole collective. You know, give them a hug and tell them it's okay and you understand, kind of thing. You know, when we give to each other, when we want to fight and we turn it around on its ear and we turn it into love, it's amazing. It's so powerful. It only takes 1 second, and we can turn things on their ear. So quite a few of us are getting that, you know, message this month, and now these last 10 days, it's really going to amp up the energy. Well, the next one we have is Pisces. And Pisces, I am so happy to see this for you. You got the ecstasy card. Now, isn't that amazing? I think you knew this was coming. You're really in your happy spot right now, Pisces. You're like, I could see you like bathing in a bath full of rose petals and lighting candles and sitting by the shore with your feet being gently washed by the ocean waves, and walking through a field and blue butterflies surrounding you. And I mean, everything is just wonderful. You're in pure heaven. I think some things have moved out of your way. I think you guys have been challenged with a few things in the last 6 months from the solar eclipse time, and I think that is over, and this is sheer joy time. I mean, the Ace of Cups, can't get any better than that. And you know, really, with regards to the Piscean age, it really is coming to a complete conclusion, a complete ending. We are, you know, done with that. And it's funny that there's all these flowers on here, and when you think of a flower, the plant, you know, grows and grows and stores all of its energy, and then all of a sudden it spits out a flower, and then when the flower is done, the plant starts all over again. So it looks to me like you have reached this crescendo of emotional happiness and fulfillment, and you're in this space now of being able to thoroughly enjoy. And I venture to say that come the first of the year, actually as we get into the end of January, I think we're going to enter into another full download of Aquarian information. And this is actually going to continue to lighten your load and ease your burdens. I think you're really looking forward to a very abundant 2017. I think that there's going to be a lot of harmony and a lot of flow and a lot of ease and a lot of gentleness. Maybe even some trips on the horizon. I see some possible plans for a journey of some sort, maybe to someplace watery, you know, where there's waterfalls, or there's some river you've always wanted to go see, or the rainforest, something along those lines, something big and outlandish and over water. So if you do travel, it will be over water. And I think you might start making some plans for that. I think the holidays coming up are going to invigorate you and excite you. You know, a lot of that pomp and circumstance, the Pisces tend to like. They don't run around admitting it or run around begging for it, but when they get a little pomp and circumstance in their life, they thoroughly enjoy it. And I think you're headed somewhere. Could be a party, could be a gathering of friends or family, or a collaboration actually with your career. Could be something you're extremely passionate about that's really coming together in a nice way, and you've accomplished some big goal. So I think that's wonderful. And that pretty much, that concludes my reading for today. I'm sorry you didn't get to see the cards or see me on camera, but I will pull the cards and take a picture of them and insert them in the video, and I'll put them at the end so that you guys can all take a look at them real quick. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I am available for readings. I'm basically a spiritual life coach, and I offer, you know, many different things like I mentioned earlier at the video beginning. But you know, I do this not just for the fun of it, which it is somewhat fun, but I'm going to turn the camera around here for a second so you can see the sun setting. Not just for the fun of it, but also to be of service. You know, my Virgo side likes to be of service, and I have certain gifts that were given to me by my maker, and I love sharing them, and I love being of service. So I hope you enjoyed this setting today. It was a little different. I'm here next to Jensen Beach in Florida, and it's a beautiful afternoon. Sun setting, and I'm out in the savannas, which is a preserve. And there's a lot of bugs getting out here, but I did find my camera piece that I lost the other day. And I thought we'd change things up a little bit and have a little fun. One day I might do some medicinal videos. I don't know if you can see the water out there, but it's probably a little blurry, but many alligators out here. Anyway, there's our beautiful sun setting. Hope everybody has a blessed 10 days, and let's get into November. Let's get this next 10 days moving along and shaking and doing what we got to do to adjust to some of these energies, and help each other. You know, that's it. That's what we're here to do. Help each other. So have a wonderful day. God bless. Namaste. Love and light.